up, guys? Making my way to Minnesota. Just made a stop at Provo, Utah. Actually at a Love's truck stop in Provo, Utah. Time to fill up the truck, down on fuel a little bit. I'm gonna make a late breakfast as well, and we'll get back on the road. Guys, always use the Love's rewards cards. I'll tell you guys the reason for the ones that don't know. For every month you fill up 1,000 gallons of diesel, you get unlimited showers, unlimited drinks, which is super nice. Alright guys, I use this Hotshot Secrets everyday diesel treatment. Every time, even though this cap is closed, it's always leaking inside the bag, which always makes a mess. And of course there are no paper towels around. It says for regular treatment to put 1 ounce per 25 gallons, so I usually just add 2 ounces to each tank. That's about 1 ounce right there. I guess this big tank could use a little bit more since it is 60 gallons. So we'll give it another ounce. And extra does not hurt. Yeah.
I seen you on YouTube, man.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad.
Yeah, that's good, man.
You'll be on video this time.
Am I?
Yeah.
That's good, man. You have a good day.
All right, you too. Thank you. I appreciate it. Alright guys, if you watched my previous video, I had one chain running at the back or the front of the machine, but the part that faces the back of the trailer. I just had one chain running there and one binder. I did change it. I'm going to use 2 binders, just feel a little bit more secure this way. And I moved the chains to this arm right here. So I did that to both of the machines. It just seems like it's a little bit more secure this way. Alright guys, so I'm making a late breakfast, and here's what I wanted to show you guys. I bought these Magic Spoon cereal boxes. I've got this one, which is fruity flavored, and I've got a cocoa flavored one. So these are protein cereals. 13 grams of protein per serving, 0 grams of sugar, and 15 grams of carbs, only 140 calories. Serving size is 1 cup, so that's pretty darn awesome. I tried, they have a blueberry muffin flavor. I've tried that before. It's super delicious. I think I'm gonna try the fruity ones today. They smell amazing. It's probably like a cup and a half in here. It smells super delicious. I got my milk. Alright guys, so add the protein from the milk, and you know, if you're eating just 1 cup of cereal and 1 cup of milk, that's like over 20 grams of protein, which is awesome. Man, this is delicious. This is like a kid's dream. These are super great. And the fact that it has 0 sugar, that's perfect. Guys, and I was telling you, if you have a My Love's rewards card, which is free to get from the Love's Truck Stop, when you fill up 1,000 gallons each month, the following month you get unlimited showers, so you can take as many showers per day as you want, and you get unlimited drinks, so like refills, soda, coffee. You get unlimited. Alright guys, I'm gonna finish up my breakfast and we're gonna keep rolling. Done driving for the day. I ended up stopping at Love's in Wamsutter, Wyoming. Wanted to go a little bit further into Laramie, Wyoming, but I don't know how I lost an hour while driving. I don't know, it just happens. So I ended up stopping just a little bit early because the next truck stop was 2 hours away and I just wasn't gonna make it there. But I've got 13 hours and 19 minutes still to go to make it to Minnesota to the receiver. So Tuesday morning is when I'll be dropping the load. And then the plan is I need to stop at a Ram dealership in Whitewater, Minnesota. Have to have a couple things looked at. So the truck is making, kind of hard to explain. When you rev it up to about 2,000 RPMs, it makes like this tin can rattling sound, and it's been doing it for a very long time, and I just cannot pinpoint where it's coming from. So I know the service manager over there. He said he can take a look at it and hopefully they'll be able to find out where the sound is coming from, because it's been driving me crazy. I can't really hear it while driving inside the truck, but like when you're going next to a barrier, like if you have your window rolled down and you're going next to a highway divider, and let's say you're downshifting, you can hear that sound. Or if you're just standing idling and you rev it up to 2,000 RPMs, you can also hear that rattling sound. Kind of sounds like a loose metal gasket just kind of vibrating, but I have no idea. Hopefully it's something very minor, and hopefully it's not an internal issue with the engine, because that would not be good. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna go inside and warm up some food. I've got some teriyaki chicken I have left from yesterday that I bought at Panda Express. I've got a whole box of it, so I'm gonna go warm it up and have some dinner. You guys ever get this feeling whenever you're done driving for the day and you get out of the truck and you feel like your whole body's vibrating just from driving all day? Man, that is such an annoying feeling. Very annoying. Every now and then that happens, I guess, from bumpy roads and driving all day long, but what can you do, right? Alright guys, I'm gonna run inside and warm up my chicken and have dinner. Alright guys, got my chicken all warmed up. Panda Express is my go-to spot for healthier choice fast food, because this teriyaki chicken, it's not fried. They make it on a flat grill and it is super delicious. Try to limit my carb intake throughout the week. That way I can have my cheat days on the weekends. It's hot. I'm gonna finish my dinner and then probably a little bit later go take a shower and call it a night and start tomorrow morning, probably around 6 a.m. hit the road. Alright guys, it's shower time, so let's go see how fancy the showers are at the Loves in Wamsutter, Wyoming. Alright guys, we got shower number 5. I mean, it's no Ritz-Carlton, but it's not bad. It'll have to do. Definitely a lot better than a lot of motel showers, I'll tell you that. I used to get motels, guys, not anymore. Gotta stay away from those places, bed bugs. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for the shower. Back to the truck, time to relax a little bit, maybe watch some YouTube videos. I do need to do my IFTA filing, so, but I don't know, I don't think I want to do it today. It's getting kind of late. Maybe do it on the weekend. Alright guys, going to the truck, just relax a little bit and call it a night. What's up guys, just dropped off the 2 excavators that I had and now I'm heading over to the Ram dealership, which is about an hour away from where I am right now. Let me show you guys the sound that my engine makes that I want to get checked out. So anytime I rev up my RPMs to 2000, it has that little tin can rattle, but I'll let you guys hear it. So hopefully you guys could hear that, but I'm gonna head on over to the dealership and have them take a look at it. Hey guys, so the day I went to the dealership, they just did some kind of look over, more like a hearing test and just kind of looking. They looked at the turbo, everything was good at the turbo. They just kind of trying to pinpoint where the sound was coming from. And the sound seemed like it was coming from where the engine and the transmission meet, closer to the passenger side and maybe a little bit above towards the turbo area. So they had a feeling that it was a flex plate. So I had to go back to the dealer the next day. They took my transmission down, they took the flex plate off just to inspect it because they thought it was cracked and that's what was causing the sound. Unfortunately, I was actually hoping that it was a cracked flex plate, since we were getting into this job of taking the transmission down and everything, and unfortunately it was not cracked. So the flex plate was good, but they did have another flex plate there and they put a different one in just to be sure that it's not my flex plate. So I got a different flex plate, which is a lot newer than the one that I have, and the sound is still happening. So I ended up paying $750 for all of this, which is half of what it would have cost if, you know, there was actually a problem. But we had an agreement that if that's not the problem, I would be charged half the price. So still trying to pinpoint what is going on, because he said it's not anything, it's nothing internal in the engine, because They had a truck on a lot that had a lifters problem, because these hydraulic lifters are problematic on a lot of the trucks. He showed me what that sounds like. That sounds completely different from what I'm having. So I'm still chasing the sound. They did do a manual regen on my truck, and while I was sitting outside doing a manual regen, there was a lot of smoke coming out from the passenger wheel well and from underneath the hood. Not like a lot, but a lot of smoke that you could see. So I have a feeling that possibly maybe my downpipe, the flex pipe, has a leak, and maybe that's causing this tin can rattle sound. I think that's the next thing I'm going to try to look at, is trying to swap that and seeing if that's the problem, which I'm hoping that would be a cheap solution. But so far nothing was found, unfortunately. I mean, the truck drives perfectly fine, but it's just knowing that there's a sound makes you feel like something is not right, and that kind of worries me a little bit. But it's been going on for a super long time, over 100,000 miles for sure, so I'm not super worried about it. But that's the story, guys. Couldn't find the issue, so I've got a load out of Minnesota today, guys, but stay tuned to the next video to see that, guys. Thank you as always for watching. I'll see you next time.